Hello, everyone. So I am pleased to represent the Justin Fairfax for Lieutenant Governor campaign. Alfonso, how much time do I have?
You have 3 minutes.
5 minutes, thank you. So Justin Fairfax is running for Lieutenant Governor. He ran unsuccessfully, but very competitively in 2013, losing in the Democratic primary to our wonderful Attorney General, Mark Herring. Justin didn't stop, however. And as you make your choices as to who you'd like to support, I imagine you want to consider who that person is, what they stand for, whether they have the skill and ability to get the job done, and whether you believe they're going to fight for you. So I'm going to try to address all of those things. Justin was someone who was born to two professional parents, seemingly every opportunity. But life sometimes has a way of intervening. His parents' relationship didn't work out. He ended up being primarily raised by his mom and his grandmom. As it so happens, during his formative years growing up in a rough neighborhood in Washington, D.C. during one of the decades, the 80s, where the district was the poster child for everything bad happening to communities and young men of color in particular. But through all of that, Justin went on to attend Duke University. Don't hold it against him. He then went on to law school, became a U.S. attorney, someone greatly renowned for his legal skills. But through it all, recognizing that he could have been in a very different situation had it not been for the love of his parents, the outreach of his community, he had this sort of yen, this urge to give back in some way. He chose public service. So that's who he is. What does he stand for? He stands for a lot of great progressive things. College affordability, because of course education was so central to his upbringing, so central to his life success. It's a big part of what he wants to focus on. He's also very much interested in making sure that individual rights, voting rights, civil rights, human rights are embraced and understood to the greatest extent possible. And that doesn't just mean African Americans, it means women, the LGBTQ community, everyone who is marginalized by our society. Justin is also interested in economic empowerment and opportunity, again, rooted in his own experience, knowing that sometimes even people who have all seeming advantages sometimes have life intervene. And he realizes that people need opportunities to self-actualize, to achieve their highest potential. He's also intensely interested in making sure we don't just take the short-term view, that we take the long view by paying attention to climate change. I'm not going to go into the issues too much because you know what? All of our great Democrats kind of believe in that stuff, right? The question is, who has the skill, the will, and will fight for you? And this is where I'm incredibly impressed with Justin Fairfax. Because quite frankly, this man has energy that I can only marvel at. He has crisscrossed the state, puts a schedule in that completely overwhelms me. He'll go into venues large and small, enemy and friendly, to talk to people because he wants to get every Virginian connected in conversation about what's going to make this state better. I have seen this young man go into a venue with people who are gun-toting Southwest side Virginians who have no intention of voting for him, only because he knows at the end of the day, he wants to represent them too, or he's going to represent them too, and he wants them to at least know what he's going to be doing. So with that, I'd just like to say he's getting my vote for Lieutenant Governor. I hope he gets yours. Justin for LTGov.com, I believe is the website, but if not, fact check it with someone else. And please give him your vote on June 13th. Thank you.